gonna get this, see if we're gonna get this freight train in motion here tonight. Let us see. What the heck's today? The 16th of, yeah, the 16th of September. And a very good evening, everybody. Let's make sure I'm propagating out to the other side. It appears that I may be. Yes, and I am live. Let me stop this. Adjust this. Who shall be first through the gate tonight? And happy Wednesday night, everybody. Good to see you. It's going to take a couple minutes till we gear up. My girl Scottish there, and you beauty queen. How you doing today, babe? Nice to see you. Always an honor to see you in the chat. Lucky Beans, how are you tonight? Good to see you with the little moon there. Oh, there's been great days lately. Hey, Laura, I don't know why I'm feeling so upbeat. Hello, Nocturnal. Nice to see you. Gorgeous. The old bat, right? Gorgeous Rosie, the old bat. Nice to see you. Hey, Fire Chick, what's going on? How you doing? Nice to see you tonight. I don't know. It's like in the last week. Hello, who's that? Wit Sally, welcome to you. Name is Jolly. Welcome to you, Jolie. Welcome. Hello, Tars. Nice to see you. Jolie, if I've mispronounced that, I hope I'll remember that. From Vancouver Island. My boss at Royal Bank of Canada lived on Vancouver Island out there. Let's see, this means you come into street life. I'm going to be, yeah, street life. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to meet you. You're a hard-working guy. You work for your money. Hello, Maggie. Well, as I said this morning on the other channel, and remember, I'm sort of running two versions here. I've got the recorded content on the Rosie O'Kelly channel, and I'm putting up the live stream content on here. I've always kind of had a dream to experiment for a while and see how well that would work out to kind of separate the two places for content. Because sometimes when I work hard on putting up recorded content, if it's a cinematic video or it's a travel video or maybe a research crime thing, and then it gets rapidly buried because there's, you know, live streams and going live and people really don't watch live streams beyond a week. So it's a way to keep your content on that channel sort of recorded content. It'll better find its way into the algorithm. Who else have I missed here? Madowix, hello to you. Gail Lynn and my gal Blackhearted. I kind of miss your old avatar there, Blackhearted. Holiday New Zealand, nice to see you. Kevin Leonard, good to see you. Amy, there she is. Amy's doing the good work out there in the state of Oregon. Hope things are going. Love the camera info video. Been hoping you would do a gear breakdown. I will do more and more videos about camera gear. As you know, or you may or may not know, the GoPro Series 9, GoPro 9 was released today officially with all the review videos out there for it. It's a very interesting looking camera, and of all the cameras, non-cell phone cameras, non-smartphone cameras, I love the GoPro the most. I probably did over 3,000 videos with the GoPro. So easy, so convenient. You take the thing in the water. You've seen me go underwater with it in swimming pools. It's great stabilization. It's just a damn good, easy, small travel camera. The only bugaboo I ever had was the low light capability was not good at all on that. How you doing, Betty Boo? I changed it back. It'll take a while, honey. See how people get attached to you, Blackhearted? They see your avatar and they just like, wow. Hey, Sugarcane, how are you? Nice to see you. Did that guy get to Sansui Emmanuel? Well, he came a pretty good distance. He's asked me to mail it to him, which I will do. My friend Cody says you're going to be a snow girl or a showgirl in Las Vegas. Thank you. Thumbs up, appreciate it. Our first stop will be Los Angeles. Why LA? Why not LA? Okay. San Diego I associate more with vacation, beach time. It doesn't have nearly, I mean, it's an old city. It's got really old parts to it. It's a beautiful city. It's got great weather. Um, Consistently voted America's most livable city, but it doesn't have the depth of, say, a Los Angeles, and the depth meaning the variety of neighborhoods, the variety of the food scene, the socioeconomic stratification of LA, the entertainment history, the hoods and things like that. So it's going to give a chance. You know, I like to do a little research about things. I'm going to be there. I'm leaving tomorrow early. Hello, everybody. Hi, Leisure. Hi, Amanda. I'm going to be leaving early tomorrow. I should get down. It's not much of a journey. It's like 350 miles or so. I could almost do it in my sleep. And then I'll be there through Sunday, and then I'm going to take the short 3-hour journey up to Las Vegas. That'll position me in Vegas that the weekend is over. Okay, it'll be the tail end of the weekend, and that's a nice thing. I don't want to be particularly down there on the weekend. So I'll have days to do some other kind of different content in Vegas too. So I need a road trip. Yeah. Hi, Betty Boo. Nice to see you. I agree. I think we all need a road trip. I've been cooped up here long enough. So I'm excited to be on the road. I'm going to be meeting up with Kev TV. I'm going to be spending a lot of time down in the Koreatown area, little Thailand, little Armenia, and that gives me a close base for Hollywood, West Hollywood, Westwood. It's easy to shoot into downtown LA, and it'll be good. I think we're going to try to go over to Venice Beach. I think that would be fun. I've been there before. I did Cinematic Venice Beach. I did a video down there. So it should be a good time. Please stay safe in Vegas. I will. The reason I'm going to stay safe in Vegas is I feel like if I'm out of there if I'm going in on Sunday when other people are leaving, then it's a better setup for me down in Las Vegas. So that's why I'm going in on a Sunday. So I need this time in LA. Hi, Karen. How are you? And I'm determined to bring you guys a lot of content. We hear people, things to do in LA, and I'm a choocher, and I've been talking to Kev TV about some things, and Scotty D, and we'll be doing some foodie scenes. Got a lot of great ethnic food choices down there, and rolling around town a little bit, checking out the scene, what's going on downtown. How bad is chooching Compton compared to the way that people talk about it, the Compton area of LA? So I'm going to compress a lot into that, but I'm not going to go crazy because LA is going to be a repeating destination going forward. And I like to have kind of a focus for each trip that's going to be that way. Yeah, I'm leaving in the morning tomorrow, Craig, exactly. So happy you're traveling. You just exude. Yeah, Donna, do a lot of and I like to BS when I'm traveling too. I like to have a story when I go to a place. I like to have a theme. And a lot of this this theme is going to be what I call second level LA, the stuff that's not on the tourist maps. Now, will I be on Hollywood Boulevard? Of course I will. Will I be chooching? I'll at least be doing recorded content to try to put a cinematic video together and then do some chooching because people like to see that area down there. So there'll be a lot of things. I am taking my metal detector with me. It's already loaded up. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be metal detecting in LA, but we'll see. I'll get some recommendations for Kev. A lot of cities are very prohibitive of what you do. You're not allowed to use a metal detector in the city of San Jose, for example. You can't use a metal detector in the city of Sonoma. All right, we're kind of unusual in Santa Rosa that there are no prohibitions on metal detecting, so you have to be damn sick careful. So, Monkey Boy, I should be down there on Sunday. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 nights in LA. I've got the place picked out, a nice place over in Koreatown. So it'll be good. Go to Melrose Avenue. I don't know. I don't derive a lot out of that in West Hollywood. I'm sure as hell not going to Beverly Hills. Guarantee you that. I mean, as I said before, a lot of people. How you doing, Joni? A lot of people will say, "Oh, I'd love to see the homes of Beverly Hills." Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that stuff. But if you tell people you're going to be rolling around Compton doing some recorded video in Compton, regarded as the toughest part of LA, then everybody and his mother wants to see that video. Okay, we all know what fancy homes look like. You want to see fancy homes with manicured gardens and front lawns and not a person in sight. Okay, it's the definition of boring for me. Detect along a busy beach. I want to try to. I'm not going to do beach detecting. I got to tell you, Madowicks, because I just don't. It's not my thing. I'm more interested in urban areas and places that aren't hunted, and it's not my primary focus. I'm taking it along. Hi, Noreen. How are you? Good to see you. So, just to let you know, yeah, there's going to be some adventures. There's going to be a little murder and mayhem is going to be a theme too. I've been doing my research on some things to add some new spins to Nevada and some other places that I think that you'll be very interested. When I do true crime stuff, I call it, I try to get true crime stuff that makes a difference. And I'm not new to true crime. For 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I was discussing and taking people down to the scene of Polly Klass's kidnapping in the town of Petaluma. And that resulted in a lot of legal changes that are now national law. Well, I like to cover tragedies that had a really positive outcome in terms of what the effect was for future laws and statutes and regulations on things. So I think that you will enjoy that. We've seen every nook and cranny of Vegas. Vegas is a city of over 1.5 million people. There's a lot of stories in Vegas. Okay. I've seen every nook and cranny of every casino. Okay. But I can guarantee you one thing. Every time I take that camera and go out street chooching down Las Vegas Boulevard, people are along because they know the scene is dynamic. They know it's ever changing. And they're also curious to see what is changing and get an assessment of how things are holding up in Las Vegas. It's been 6 months of hell. 6 months of total hell. Okay? And the pressure is almost becoming unbearable here. Show us where they found the Black Dahlia. We'll see Miss Putwina. We will see. Hey, Lunar Phoenix, how are you? Hi, Icy. So, I'm not here to just, I'm here also to see my friend Kev. As you know, he came up to the Rancho about a month ago as part of his journey up to NorCal here. I was very pleased that he took time to stop by, had a couple beers and hung out for a while, met Scotty D. So it's time for me to throw a little in the pot and go down and meet him and let him show me, the things, the food scene that he likes and all that. So it's been the same the past 3 times you've been there. I don't think so, Exiled Misfit. Let's talk about the last 3 times I was there. In March of 2017, March 16th of 2020. You don't have to retract your messages, Exiled Misfit. I don't know why you're one of those one of those worms that doesn't want to appear after the chat. Have a little bit of stone. You don't have to. You don't have to time him out. But by retracting it, just showed what a true troll did he. Which is okay. It doesn't bother me. March 16th of 2020, Las Vegas was booming. Okay, Dee and I were down there, going great guns, having a good time. The hotels were popping. Then the word came out about 8 o'clock at night. Everybody's got to be checked out by noon tomorrow, and the town cratered. So, in March, Vegas was booming. I went back in May, the absolute low point. I did all my cinematic feature, Vegas, when the party ends. Got all that great footage of barriers up in front of casinos, people laying on the street, no cars, no traffic, nothing going on at all. Darkened casinos, no fountains, no Bellagio, no Miracle Mile, no nothing. You're welcome, Eric. I hope you got that. Money that I sent you. Was it different the second time? Yes. It was not booming. It was a Vegas that none of us ever imagined in our lifetime that we'd ever see. Fast forward to August. Third time back in Vegas, the last time in Vegas. The whole complexion changed of the town. LA had moved into Las Vegas. There Hold on a minute. Got all these people running around trying to sell solar power. I'd never seen such a remarkable change from March to August. It was phenomenal. It was like any vestige of class had totally disappeared from Las Vegas. It was wiped off the face of the map. Okay, and that has followed through today. We've had, thank you, Lisa, love you too. We have had fights that have broken out outside of casinos, even a melee in the storied Encore Hotel, which is part of Wynn, which was shocking. Absolutely shocking. And as they said, thank you, Lisa. And as they said, the Encore
Love you,
Wynn
Rosie
Corporation announced that they're going to sue the people that were involved in the melee because, as they said in the groundwork of the lawsuit, the damage that has been done to the reputation of Las Vegas is incalculable. The number of people who may have seen, I got some zip line footage from 2012 there somewhere, I don't know, Janet and I went on the zip line. So I think that definitely proves that the last 3 times I've been to Vegas have been remarkably different each and every time that I've gone down the last 3 times. So now it's time to tell a few more stories, hang out with Mr. Z, Monkey Boy, do some chooching, have some fun, but try to get a gauge of, are we losing ground or are we gaining our way back? That's particularly the question that I want to answer. Yeah, Vegas is now like 70s Bronx, exactly. Okay, now how do you break out of that trap? Well, I've already shown to you that the Wynn has not raised pricing for stays, even though their stated response in the paper was that they priced their product too low and brought in a crowd that they weren't used to. They couldn't call them lowlifes, but they said it was a crowd that's not typically associated with the Encore, and that we're going to measly put up our rates to $299 to $399 a night for our properties. Well, there's still Anderson Henderson. I don't even know who Noodles is, but thank you, Anderson. So I went on to hotels.com, I checked it out, and you can still book rooms for $113 a night at the Wynn and things like that. So that's the reality. So who is on a Noreen? Who's on the
Noodles Supreme
evacuation?
runs boy drama.
Number 2. Is that Ninth Element, or who are we talking about here? Was that Ninth Element? Thank you again, Anderson Henderson. I appreciate it. By the way, I thought you ran the boy drama wing. Do you think Elvis's breakdown was genuine? Yeah, but I've come to understand that it was a very simple one. We had Mr. X popped into the chat last night and just said rotor and distributor cap. So based on that, you're looking with all in maybe about $150 for the shop and all that to do the discovery, if that's in fact what the story is. I cannot confirm that. I cannot confirm. Yeah, Ninth Element. I'm in contact. I've not heard anything from Ninth Element. Last I heard, the fire was some 20 plus miles away from that location. So I really don't. I've heard Noodles before. I don't really know. I don't. I've seen him on Witty Widows chat once in a while. So I don't have any really basis to it. He's probably a nice guy. I don't really know him, so it's fine. He seems well spoken and possesses a great deal of logic when he speaks. And that's hi Quinny. How are you, sweetie? That's the genie bottle from the Aladdin that Mr. Z gave me. Okay, and that was one of the. They would give little gifts to people that came one night. Maybe we're going to give away 500 Aladdin bottles, genie bottles, to the first 500 people that come through. I watched that movie. Yeah, all you can say is wow. So we'll be talking about that Monday night. That movie had a lot of twists. I'm talking about All My Sons. And even though I'm going to be on the road, I'm going to take time out Monday night to make sure I fire up a hangout so that we can talk about that. We can talk about that movie, because there's a lot of twists and turns in that movie. Those of you who have seen it, it's a very tightly written, very stylized, typical Arthur Miller play. There's no real black and white areas. There's a ton of gray, and it's hard to say this person's all bad or this person's all good. Or everything is the spirit of the times in which you're living through. So we'll be talking about that. Lake Las Vegas. Yeah, I've driven past there before, so I wonder if they could return the unnecessary new battery. I don't know. I'm not sure. Some stores are a little funky about returning. I know I've returned batteries before, but it's because I found that it had a cell that was weak in it, and I felt like I was getting ripped off, so I returned it. So, yeah, it is a cool bottle. Get everyone. Yeah, please check that movie out. Wait till about Sunday or Monday sometime during the day, and then watch the movie straight through if you can, because it'll be really fresh in your mind. There's a lot of twists and turns in that movie. And there are a lot of excellent movies out there that you've probably never heard of that are true classics because of the time they were written, the people that star in them, the storyline, and the way that it makes you think after that. Laura, how you been? How are you? Love the ending. Ann needs to eat for. Yeah, it's got a lot of twists and turns on it. So hi, Cyanide. How you doing, sweetie? Watch again before. There's a lot of ins and outs on that, and then we'll be revealing the next movie too. And that'll be a lot of fun too. And then we're going to talk to you guys. I'm going to pop the first two up because I think it'll be easier. And then we're going to discuss, we're going to have you guys throw some ideas of what you think a classic movie to discuss is. How are you, Jasmine? Rosie works at the Bunny Ranch. Yeah, I'd give that a shot for a while, just to see how I fare. I'll take the one with the big googly eyes and the big tatas, right? Let me give that one a whirl. uh, yeah, that one's got something little extra. Yeah, Jamie, could you believe the waist on those women were like 18-inch waist, right? It was phenomenal in that movie. Women were just smaller then. They were much smaller in stature. They were 5'2" was the average size, and anywhere between 100 and 140 pounds, 120 on average. So women were much more. Go to Los Angeles sometime and go to what used to be Sid Grauman's Chinese Theater, where all of the stars put their handprints and their shoe prints into the concrete. And you'll look like something like Marilyn Monroe's shoe, and she was the star of the 50s and 60s, and it's like that long. Or you look at Betty Davis's from toe to spiked heel. I mean, it's incredibly, and the hands are just minuscule. And you think to yourself, my God, didn't they have anything to eat back then? You look at the shoes and it's astounding. I'm embarrassed to put my big canoe down next to those things. So I'll have to put, when they call me to put my foot in the concrete, they're going to have to use the whole width of the whole damn thing to put it in, right? The human centipede. I don't know if the human centipede. I don't think much science fiction classifies as classic. There have been some groundbreaking things, but a classic movie is distinguished by a lot of different aspects. Thank you. Hey, Jacob, how you doing? Yeah, it was a whole other thing to what Debbie Reynolds had a 19-inch waist. That's what I'm saying. You're blown away when you go down there and you see the tiny, tiny feet, and you're thinking, how in hell did these people even balance, right? Walking? Are you kidding me? Right. Hey, how you doing, baby? Yeah, all's good. Getting ready to be on the road. Cigarettes and Dexedrine, right? Benny's and Dexies. That's it. Yeah, here comes Hurricane Cupcake. I don't see a lot of, pseudoephedrine and all that stuff. They put it behind the counter because too many people were getting taking somas and mixing them up with pseudoephedrine to Sudafed to make drugs, and they were taking Tylenol with codeine, called Tylenol cough syrup, whatever it was. I don't even remember, Tylenol number 3, and mixing that with Sudafed and stuff. So yeah, it's almost like the women had bound their feet in Asia. That's a good way to put it. But as far as Madowicks, to answer your question, are things true or not on that in terms of the band breakdown? I honestly do not know. That it seems to be in real time, and I don't really believe that Mr. X would participate in any kind of shenanigans that would be that deceptive in nature. Yeah, Soma. Yep. The 9 feet, but before my children, 26-inch waist and 5'9". Well, that's fine. Your kids. Well, I'd rather have the kids and not worry about the waist. I'm all packed up and ready to go. I'm going to pack light. I'm going to be staying in a Koreatown. I got a decent place down there. It's not cheap, but it's not outrageously expensive. I don't want to go second drawer. None of the gyms have showers open yet or anything. So the van is not an option for me, van dwelling. So yeah, glad you didn't get washed away. You have everything small, Betty Boo. All right. I always had a teeny tiny waist in my imagination. I don't find teeny tiny waist traveling. I like very full figured women. Uh, you know, sticking out all the front, back. I'm not sure, Jamie. I don't know. Uh, Everything is contrived for drama, so that when you come back on, everybody runs to hear what happened. It's all. Remember, the first thought in the morning, the last thought at night is, what can I do to sucker people on YouTube? So I do need to take my knee brace. I'm going to be mobile a lot, but there's going to be a lot of foods eaten. I've already talked to Kev. I was on his live stream today chatting with him. I think he knows the things that I would like to do if things are convenient, to throw a little movie things in there too, kind of mix it up a little bit. So I think we'll have a good time. A lot of things are still closed in LA, big time closed. They've had the fires, the air quality is piss poor down there, so we're just going to have to see how it goes. It's always right. Would you ever wear something from Chanel or St. John's? Geez. My luck, I would drool on it or something. Right? That was man, that was an $800 blouse. Sorry, I was chewing my. Right, I was chewing my tobacco here. Apologies. Yeah, I just don't know, Jamie. I haven't really heard, but you can assume that silence is just a planned device at this point in time. So I'm a plus size model. Yeah, hey John, I'm having a good night, getting ready to hit the road tomorrow, so I'm excited. New adventures. It's going to be wall to wall content for the next week. It's going to keep the moderators busy as we do live streams. There's going to be a lot of recorded content. Some things are going to be very short in nature, and others are going to be long. Excited, yeah. So we will have a good time. Yeah, your cousins are in LA, and it's been horrible there also. So I got to be careful. I mean, got to have the masks on. Same deal. But I'm used to it now. I've been wearing a mask for 6 months. I can't even think of going out the door. At first thing, oh geez, I don't have my mask with me. Yeah. Dainty feet, elephant dainty. The last thing my feet are is dainty. Right? I've got big feet, but they've served me well. I've always had excellent balance and good athleticism as a result of that. Oh, that's all right, Scottish. I don't want you to do nothing special, honey. I don't plan on being close to the fires, but I do have to go through the Angeles forest. Remember, to get to LA, I've got to go south on 101, southbound on the Highway 101 out of Santa Rosa. I've got to go over what's called the Richmond San Rafael Bridge, the 580, come down next to Berkeley and shoot out eastbound past Oakland, past Dublin, Pleasanton, Livermore, over the Altamont Pass, and take I-5 south all the way down through the Central Valley. Then you got to climb up the notorious Grapevine, almost straight up for mile after mile, just twisting and turning. And you get up to the Angeles National Forest, where all the fires are up there. And then you drop down into the LA area, coming through the north side there, where Six Flags and all that is. And then you come down through where Griffith Park Observatory and all down into the Hollywood area there. So we're going to have to assess Compton Sinai. We're going to have to be, I don't know whether it's going to be a Van Gogh or it's, a Vincent Van Gogh, or whether we're going to get out on foot, and I'm going to try to do some recorded content. Remember, people on the streets, and I wouldn't say this is a general rule, but are very much emboldened these days because they know the police presence is very much diminished. So your chance of having a bad outcome is dramatically higher than it was, say, in March or February or March of this year. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Look out for animals that might need a helping hand, of course. The best way you can do that is support animal rescue organizations that are specifically designed to set up the intake of animals. Our Sonoma County Fairgrounds, what a great place to have. They're telling anybody in the county that was affected by the fire, bring your donkeys, bring your pigs, bring your goats, bring your horses, your chickens, whatever the hell you got. Because we got all this stall space from the county fair where they're showcasing earning ribbons 4-H. There's tons and tons and tons of space. So, but if you can, yeah, you know what I'm saying, Cyanide? So I'd like to, yeah, I'm going to do some lives. Remember, the lives are going to be on this channel, and I'm going to do some recorded content because I want to get some recorded content too. I don't want to make everything lives that people are going to watch. So I will try to get the recorded content first, and then do the lives, because I want something that people. If I'm going to take the time and the expense to travel down there, then I want to leave some stuff that people are going to watch for a long time to come. Hangouts are great, but after a week, nobody cares about. They're dead. They're dead. Oh, that's absolutely man. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, you got me thinking. I should donate some money, to some of those organizations that do care for animal rescue, because they're often the forgotten part of the whole equation when it comes. There's a lot of life that's in those fire areas, and they don't have the intellectual capacity to understand which way to go, and few animals on Earth can fly, so they're left to burn up in the middle of inferno. So yeah, it's terrible. It is terrible. So of course, any sane person's heart would go out in regards to that. But I thought that was really cool to open up the fairgrounds, because before they would be like, oh, you can bring your dog and you can bring your cat if it's kept in a cage, and then people were like, okay, well, our animals are burning up out here, right? It's nothing to eat. And then this time the pressure was so great on the politicians in the city of Santa Rosa and the county of Sonoma that they had no choice but to open up. And the fairgrounds is happy because they couldn't have the state fair, the county fair this year, so they lost a ton of money. They couldn't have horse racing. So they were able to make money. The county paid them to open up their facilities and do that. So it was good. Thank you, Sugar Cane. I appreciate that. Trying to up my game a little bit before I try on my Coco Chanel outfits. Rehab wildlife and can be replaced. Yes, that's right. They don't have that option. So, hey, what's up, Chef? Yeah, enjoying life for a minute. So I'm going to have a good time in LA. I've not done a lot of dining out, as you guys can imagine, because I think, the experience just isn't good at this moment in time. Restaurants are trying hard, but they're stressed. Personnel are leaving. Turnover's high. Some people believe the writing is on the wall. They want to get the hell out. So I want to concentrate on the food scene a bit down there too. Yeah, I think that is a good idea to make some donuts. Yeah, animals burning up in wildfire. Yeah, they do not have the ability to understand the world around them and comprehend. If it's a firewall moving towards them, of course they're going to run in the other direction. But some of these fires are totally surrounding, measured 50 miles across open area, and then it's just gradually closing in there. So, Caca Canal, Coco Chanel. I think the most expensive thing I have is my black Coach bag, my black and white. It's kind of I really like it. It's a really nice design. I like it because it's very classic looking, and it's a gray and white and black, and it's nice. I really like it. So I don't. Then the Wi-Fi is messed up. So I mean, hey, chef, you're not required to, man. You're required to enjoy your life right now. Okay. Not a hell of a lot of us are enjoying that at this moment in time, but I'm picking up steam to make this a blowout balance of the year. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. You can tell my voice is clear now. All that goo is gone from my throat. I'm feeling great. Yeah, the food scene is pretty dead, but I'm going to have to make the best I can out of it. And being on the road forces me to do that. I don't have kitchen facilities and all that, so I'll be depending on Kev, to, hey, this is a great Korean barbecue. Let's try this, or let's go up to Little Armenia and see what's up there. In other words, I want to explore sort of the ethnic areas of LA, figuring that the dynamic other areas will always be there. I'd like to be on the beach at Venice Beach. I think that's fun to sit out there. Don't take anything valuable with you, though. So, better plan on that you're going to be ripped off and plan accordingly. So, yeah, home cooking is good, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of food reviews coming up, restaurant reviews on the road, I call them. I'm looking forward to that. Going to be not going to be any high-end stuff. It isn't going to be Lowry's prime rib, where I was last November for Thanksgiving. It's going to be low-ender street slash low-cost food scene, but geared toward the ethnic eating experience. So, and I'll be spending a lot of time around downtown LA, maybe around Little Tokyo, which is actually a pretty boring little area right there. But problem with Little Tokyo, it's a contrived Little Tokyo. It wasn't naturally built. It was just built on a Japanese style architecture and stuff. Whereas the Chinatowns and Koreatowns, I mean, the Chinatown is pretty piss poor in LA, but there are certain areas that have really steeped in history, good authentic restaurants, just like we did in Chicago with some of the really authentic eats. Wear the U.S. flag. Oh, thank you. I'm taking that with me. If I go to Venice Beach, I'm going to have it zipped all as low as it goes down there. So I got to make sure I fit into the crowd. This one, I had it zipped up high. Yeah, get a shawarma. I actually like shawarma very much. I think it's one with a great tabbouleh sauce on it, and I like it a lot. If it's fresh. I refuse when I go into some Middle Eastern places and it's 9 p.m. like in Berkeley, and a man who shall not be named insists on getting a shawarma at 9 p.m. at night after it's been turning on the rack all day long, and it's like crap. It's all dried out. You absolutely have to get shawarma by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, in my opinion. Okay, for the juiciest, the best on that. So I enjoy Middle Eastern food very, 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 very much. So do metal detecting in that U.S. flag, huh? Cause a riot on the. You can't cause a riot in Venice Beach. There's always 90% of the people are wilder than you are down there. Look at my Venice Beach cinematic video I did before. So we're gonna have a good time. Good time. Is it normal for your heart to skip a beat? What does that mean, Joni? Once in a while, you can have the sensation that your heart just flutters a second. That's perfectly normal. I believe there's nothing to that. I just ordered shawarma now. Yeah, it gets a little wild out there. Yeah, same with barbecue. Like Chef will tell you, if that barbecue sits around till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, even 7 o'clock at night, and it's sitting under a heat lamp or it's just being held on the side, just being kept warm, and then they'll dip it in the juice and sauce. Man, it's been dried out. You can tell. So that was the thing I discovered about shawarma. Unless the demand is so high, like in Dearborn, Michigan, which was the traditional Muslim area of Detroit, the crowds were so big, the demand is so high that they're they're just cooking it all day long, and it's got that tremendous that Shatilla bakery there. Wow, the number one bakery I ever went into in my life, just incredible. Just glass case after glass case, pistachio cookies, date cook. Oh my God, it was just incredible. Arrhythmia, yeah. How you doing, Rhonda? Shawarma is a vertical pit roasted. It's flavored and seasoned, and they'll stack beef lamb, or chicken. You rarely have beef alone, but they'll put that on a vertical rotisserie spit that spins in front of the heat, and it cooks it slowly. And you have a good sauce that you can put on top of that. And Toronto probably had the best Gadir market up in Toronto. If you saw the review I did on that shawarma with that sauce was amazing up there. It was probably the best I had. So then you just slice it off of the spit onto the bread and put the sauce on and all that. So. I saw a shawarma menu, a place up the road. I only knew it was the cause of that video you did. It was $15. Oh, well, $15 is, well, I don't know what the New Zealand, if it's, last I saw the New Zealand dollar was 58. In other words, one, what is it, 58 cents to the US dollar. So I have to take that into account too. So if you had 6.15, still $9, which, I mean, they had shawarma for $2 up there, $2 and $3. It was great. But they were blowing that stuff out like there was no tomorrow. So it's good. I mean, I like Middle Eastern food. I don't like things that are over garlicky. Um, You know, when you have the falafels are okay, but they're easy to overcook. They become scorched very easily, and it takes a light touch to do them. But I remember that when Elbow got into the van and he breathed in Reno, and the garlic was so overpowering, I was gagging and almost throwing up because of it. So. Now I want some falafel. I have some garlic tahini sauce made yesterday. Yeah, that's good. It's good tahini sauce. Just I don't like it over garlic. You know, just you lose the flavor. You're killing the flavor of the the beans, and you're just killing it on that. In my opinion, that's just me. Okay. But I like a good dolma. I did go to a grate in Sterling Heights. You see, I did the video. We went to the uh, every Sunday or something. They had the big spread of the Assyrian dishes and stuff, which was amazing. Very good eats. Burned down on garlic, and also taco stand yesterday. $3 shrimp tacos. Doesn't that sound like a good, chef? When you find a deal like that, like in Los Algodones, they had this little place that was open. It was seafood. I can't remember. A lot of the people that go down to get their teeth done, this is how Elbow heard about it. You could, they would talk about the RVers and stuff that went down to get dental work done. And they were open like from 10 o'clock till 1 o'clock, 10 in the morning till 1, and they were done. And they had the best fish and shrimp, street tacos. It's like $1.50 or something, $2, just amazing. And even on the street of Los Algodones, uh, the tacos were so good. The just unbelievable taste, little char, and in Tijuana they were outstanding too. So. Maush says in Israel, we have a sauce called amba, which is Iraq Jewish in origin. Pickled mango tastes great. I'd like to try that. That sounds great. A pickled mango. Tzatziki sauce is the best. Yeah, falafel. If they're cooked properly. What happens is a place gets busy and the falafels get overcooked, and there's a certain delicacy, in my opinion. I don't know what others, but there's a certain delicacy to them. No lemon is the big ingredient. Debates and comments on other videos in the current chat. Would you please stop debates and comments? I don't know what that means. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, I like different ethnic foods. I like to try different things because we become more and more standardized as time goes by in this nation. So we become more commercialized, and now we have Grubhub and all these. And a lot of these restaurants don't participate in Grubhub and Uber Eats and all these things. So Angus beef for $3, so flavor and tender. So after your safe travels. Oh, I will. Thank you, Sugar Cane. I just made 2 scallops with oil, butter, garlic, and white wine. That's nice. I love scallops. Oh, okay. I thought I was redlining. So I'm very interested in the foodie scene. I haven't had Korean barbecue in a long time. I like what they do with barbecue. So I'm kind of eager to see Little Armenia and maybe go down to Little Iran there and check out a lot of different things on the food scene, and then we'll see what else we're going to do. I'm not going to take the drone down. It's pointless in LA. Drones are so regulated now that you could be slapped with a $5,000 fine. It's not even worth putting one up in the sky. Asking for drama to stay out of this chat. I think we do a pretty good job. No, work is not sending me to LA, but I worked a ton of hours today. So I booked up a little time here, so I need to get on the road for a week. When I get back, I'll have a week to get caught up, get ready for Terror to come, and then we'll be all on. Got to get some dim sum. It's been forever. Yeah, me too. Me too. And I don't want dim sum carry out. It's just not the same as coming piping hot out of the kitchen on the trays and things. So scallops are wonderful. I like them. When you bite into them and it's full of hot water, it scorches your mouth. That's no good. I would agree with that. So I'm going to LA because I'm going out of my mind. I'm going out of my effing mind. I've got to get the hell out. I've got to have a change of sight here. And I'm not prepared to immediately go back to Las Vegas. And you know, I've already talked to Kev before when he came up here. Yeah, I'm coming down to LA. Yeah. Can we chooch together? Yeah. So I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to make that happen down there this time. I'm going to be comfortable. I'm going to be safe. I already know LA very well, so it's not that big a deal. When you're in Angeles, check out Saffron and Rose Ice Cream in Westwood. Great ice cream flavors like rose, saffron. Yeah, I would like to do that, Mahush. Thank you. Maybe you could remind me as we go along. Saffron and Rose Ice Cream in Westwood. That sounds great. That's around where UCLA is. Yeah, I like that classic. I found good dim sum in Oakland. Had great dim sum. I enjoyed tremendously down there. San Francisco was always a little bit disappointing to me, except on Livingston Avenue, which is not in the Chinatown. It's the commercial Chinatown off of Golden Gate Park up there. Had some great dim sum in there, but I've not been down there for 5 years. It was on The hell's that? Can't remember that Mexican name, or I don't know what the hell it is. How you doing, Mark Dodge? Good to see you. Yeah, I've gone out of my mind too. I need to break free. Yep, near UCLA. Yeah, that's great, Mahush. That sounds excellent. Oh, your mind's been on vacation for 4.5 years. Vegas is kind of gross, but to me that becomes a more sociological study to me. Like there's no food scene that really interests me in Las Vegas per se, but the sociological scene fascinates me to no end. So I think, most of the time tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, are 3 good days in LA, because I'll be in and out of LA quite a bit in the future. That'll be good. Let the Vegathon begin. It's an older van, Mark. What are you going to do? Electrical systems degrade over time. It is what it is. It's going to be a very austere future for quite a while. I'm going to get a soda here tonight. I'll be right back. Down to the sperm called Richardson. Huge. You have a lot of down there too, don't you? Have in Woodland Hills or something down there? Insane Chef. I think there's a lot of Asians in Woodland Hills around that area, aren't they? Around that area down, I gotta get some Chinese or Korean. I haven't had good Chinese food, and God, I can't even remember. This might be a chance in LA. Focus. Focus, butthole. There we go. Okay. Might be good. So I've only been able to find some halfway decent homemade dumplings. You've got to go. You got to be around the Bay Area for that. Rosie needs more. Yeah, let's get the thumbs up, guys. We should be approaching 75, 100. Thumbs up are appreciated. Oh, you got headaches and things like that, Jen? West side of Houston is on. Yeah, I kind of thought so. In that area, that's where my insurance broker is, out of Woodland Hills down there, Panoptic Insurance Company. How far is it from LA? How far is what, honey? How far is it? Went to Lexington Market. Fadley's Crab Sammy, such a dangerous place. Man, look at my live stream I did down there. I almost got killed down there. I'm walking around Lexington Market, the nation's oldest indoor market. Huge, right? And I'm doing my live stream, and some chick jumps and you best not be put me on that motherfucker. Started going off on me. I'm like, oh Jesus, I knew I was back in Baltimore immediately. God, she was following me around a couple aisles too. You can see the live stream. It was unbelievable. That's the one. Then I went over to the Edgar Allan Poe grave over there and proceeded to get a parking ticket too. It was a wonderful welcome back to Baltimore. Santa Rosa to LA is about 350 miles. Santa Rosa to Las Vegas is 614 miles. So going to, I'll just stay there. Yeah. Be ready for more smoke when you get here. Yeah, I will be. I'm so prepped up for I'm so used to dealing with the smoke. Like I say, I'm glad I quit smoking. I don't have that additional stress on my system. I can't trust a weatherman worse than a lawyer, that's for sure. Dallas has a Korean district of Harry Hines, Vietnamese in West Garland, and Chinese in Richard. Great food if you know where to go. Just spread out across the metro. Yeah. Baltimore, you're home to me. Yeah, I know it's like a horror movie, right? It's unbelievable. I mean, I went in there and I had I think I had the crab cake sandwich. I stood right there at the standing tables there and enjoyed my crab cake very much and toured around the inside of it. But you can hear her going off on the stream. It's an occupational hazard with when you're a live streamer, but you're taking your life in your hands when you're down on Howard Street, Fayette, Monroe Street, Cherry Hill. It's unfriggin' believable. It's like a horror movie. Had Pizza John's, Old Eastern Avenue. Went to Gear Specs for a sticky bun. That's nice. Who used to have a really good pizza? Frazier's in Hamden. Frazier's Tap Room. They had really great pork chops. I don't even know if Frazier's Tap Room is even open anymore. They were such a cool old place in Hamden. And was that the place that just had tremendous? No, it was called I can't remember. There was a great pizza place in I don't know whether it's Maria's. I just can't remember what the hell the name of the place was. He's gonna turn on Dancing Bay and look for man. I don't care. Let's see, fuck Howard and Cherry Hill, man. I'm thinking about yeah, those areas in Walbrook and Reservoir Hill up there in Pimlico. Around Guilford Avenue over there, Waverly, and North Avenue, Broadway, over by Hopkins and Church Home Hospital. It's all such a shithole over there. Gino's is great pizza, yeah. Pretty bad in LA. Everyone is staying indoors. I was looking at Kev's stream today, and it didn't look too bad down in didn't look too bad where he was walking in LA down there. It didn't look too bad. When I was getting pissed, I'm sick to death of debating that crap. Matthew's Pizza on Charles Street was good. I can't remember what the name of it. It was down on God. Why can't I remember it? Was it down in Hamden? Hell was it? I can see it in my mind. Maria's Pizza or something like that. I just can't remember. Man, that was good. That was a damn good pizza. Matthew's Pizza. I never heard it. I think that was before my after my time. I really haven't spent any time in Baltimore since appreciable time since 1990, 1991, and that's a hell of a long time. So it's the same up here, PD. Some days are nice and some days are smoky. It depends which way the wind's blowing. Amazing pizza, better than Vegas. I will say this. Monkey Boy, that Boston Pizza is a really good place, and I think I'll make it a point to go back to Boston Pizza and do a full-on review this time. My only gripe with Boston Pizza is that they make you buy a full pizza instead of just selling some by the slice. Yep. There was probably, you don't remember, maybe Zoe heard of it, maybe Captain Chesapeake, the old Glenmore Gardens on Harford Road. They used to have the combination of big softball-sized crab cake with the side of spaghetti and stuff. It was amazing. It's called Glenmore Gardens, and certainly I spent a ton of time at Bo Brooks there they had great crabs. Great crabs. When you get here, we will order smoke to be gone. Thank you, Petey. I so appreciate that. Order that smoke to be gone. So, got to see a lot of this food scene before it could potentially disappear. Just a lot of these food places ain't going to make it, guys. I have that feeling. They're just not getting the cash flow in to do that. Bo Brooks was great. I always thought they served the best crabs in Baltimore. That in Michael's and A1 down in Middle River, down in that area on Essex, down on Eastern Boulevard out there down that way. Great pit beef sandwiches also. Yeah. But it's turned, and it's got some, it's very problematic down there now. It's just very difficult. Yeah, crab, everything. I love a good crab cake. I used to like to, I was in Baltimore last year. I have videos. I went to Ocean Pride and had some crabs and a soft crab sandwich, which I love. But as I get older, I don't like to fiddle around with picking crabs. I'd rather just get the crab cake, all the meat, and just be lazy. Mike's Crab Bar. Any food place still going should make it through. I don't know, Maddox. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know, the Federal Reserve came out today and they're like, we're going to keep interest rates at zero through 2023. What the hell? You know, you're basically giving people a license to speculate, and God help us. Papa Murphy's, yeah, it's a take and bake. I never heard of pit beef until a John Waters, and I haven't ever heard of it since. Yeah, pit beef, they would have oyster and bull roast where you would have pit beef. Baltimore was famous for fundraisers where you would have bull roast and there would be oyster and bull roast and you would have pit beef. And you see guys set up on the side of the road. You see the same thing on the eastern shore of Maryland when you drive down to Ocean City. You cross Chesapeake Bay onto the eastern shore. And there'd be chicken shacks set up with eastern Maryland fried chicken and all that. It was great. Love a good crab cake, yeah. Yeah, that's it. A lot of places have closed for good. Dallas has the most restaurants. A lot of them will be gone. The same here. And that's what I'm afraid we're going to be turning into chain restaurants are just really the only ones that are going to have the financial wherewithal to survive. And I don't mean the Applebee's, the Red Lobster. Some of them may not make it through, but I'm talking about, you know, the McDonald's and Burger Kings and Wendy's. We're just stripping out our food scene. Still do, huh, Zoe? That's cool. But when I was in Baltimore last time, we went over to Pappas's restaurant. That was really good. Pappas's. I don't know if you've heard of that, Zoe or Captain Chesapeake. Pappas's. When I worked at Sears Roebuck, my once a year they would take us out to dinner at Mike's A1 down on Eastern Boulevard down there on Middle River. That taco place you go to looks amazing there. Yeah, that's a good, it's a good one, but you're going to run into a communication barrier. I'm a little pissed off. Last time I went there, I had my heart set on my carnitas dinner, and he put tacos al pastor. It was pork, and I didn't have the taste for pork that night, and I don't really like pork that much on a taco. So I was really kind of upset that he served up the wrong stuff there. So. Yeah, some of them will be filing. Some of the franchisors, yeah. Oh, you've heard of Pappas's? Yeah. Yeah, this Pappas in Baltimore was quite good. Quite good. So Zoe knows these places that I'm talking about. We used to have a really crappy houseboat on Middle River down there, a place called Budell's Marina. The the very top of Middle River up there, and now it's all fancy condos and homes, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how developed things have become out that way. It was a hell of a ride out Eastern Avenue. Went driving out with my dad, looking around. Well, you live and you learn, Chef. You're very young. It doesn't. It's not really going to have a material impact. Plus, you've got a very high skill set, so you're always very in demand for. Your skills are very portable. You can take your skills anywhere and run scaled up any size operation from, a dozen people to 200 to 500 people. Not everybody can pull off service on that grand a scale. That's the good news for you. Why don't you go to apply to Thomas Keller, right? Over at the French Laundry in Yountville over in Napa County there, Chef. I remember I did the live stream there looking in the window, and the chefs, he had like 20 people working in there. It's like $260 for the set meal, one price, unbelievable. He doesn't repeat any ingredient. There's like 8 courses or 10 courses. He doesn't repeat any ingredient at all. Do 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 la da da dee da da dee 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 doo. Yeah, people have had to deal with a lot of stuff, but at least Chef has that skill set that's portable and a ton of experience. I don't know who you're talking about, Tina. Why does he? Because he's been terminated. And people are enjoying checking in on the. I would think that that's the reason why. Because I don't do drama here, number one, and I'm not terminated, so I don't have to have people that are hate watching in droves. Bro, did you ever go to a German place called Blobs? I hardly remember. I don't remember Blobs. I sure as hell remember Hausner's. Up near Patterson Park. Remember Hausner's restaurant? Big German population in Baltimore. And in the 1930s, they were very pro-Germany and pro-Nazi. And if you spoke out in the restaurant and you spoke out against the Nazis and stuff, they would take you down the basement and work you over with rubber hoses and stuff in the basement of the restaurant. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much shock factor. It's the flavor of the month. As time goes on, if he survives, the interest will be less and less because there'll be no incentive to create content because the 5 million views are gone. The whole basis of monetization has disappeared. So it'll be a long road back. So that's why. Plus, I produce content. I don't care about live stream. I produce content that people watch for years. And I had the #1 live stream of close to 2,000 people on it in Oakland. And I was down in the middle of the protest, had about 1,900 people on and 25,000 views. Nobody's ever come close to that. I think it was by Enchanted Forest. Boy, good old Enchanted Forest. Jeez. I think we hauled out there when I was a kid. I'm going to do something simpler moving forward, but not entering back into the market, see how the virus stuff plays out. Yeah, that's it, Chef. I agree. Now, I don't remember Blobs, but I remember Hausner's. I remember Gwyn Oak Amusement Park. All that. I'm an old bat. Enchanted Forest was like a storybook land. They had the little rides, the toadstools with all of the storybook characters, Snow White, and it was like an amusement park for kids without all the terrifying rides and things in there. Yeah, Oakland, that's it, John. Enchanted Forest. Yeah, the good old Enchanted Forest. All those places are long gone now. It was cool, yeah. It was a different era, man. It was a different world back then. Different world. Yeah, very low tech fun, very cast concrete toadstools and little houses and little storybook cottages and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of nonsense. Yeah, you like that name, the Enchanted Forest? The Enchanted Forest. I like that. Have a good night, Bubbles. I'll bet you're good on the Tootsie Roll stick. I like Bubbles in there. So anyway, that's the way yeah, there were a lot of good aspects to it. There were a lot of aspects, but everything's degraded for the worst in there. Like who mentioned in there with the, was it you, Captain Chesapeake? You went down to Lexington Market to Fadley's, and you go in, and it's just, the crowd is, it's just nasty, man. It's just nasty, and people are hanging out outside, and you feel like you take your life, you feel like you take your life in your hand. What is Joni saying? Rosie, I need your advice. What do you need? What's cooking? The hell did I just do with my screen here? Son of a hell happened here? It's like bam, just like that. The hell happened here? Boop a doop a doop, boop a doop a doop boop. How do I shrink this screen size here? Alright, there we go. Okay. That's good. So yeah, you bring back a lot of memories on that, but LA is such a huge 6 million people, 6 million plus people, and the reason I like LA is there's so many distinct cultural areas. There's hippie areas, there's yuppie, Santa Monica, and down there in Ocean Park Boulevard, and all the high-end condos on looking over Pacific Palisades. You got Manhattan Beach. You got so many things. Let's see. Zoe said 40-ounce prime rib, T-bone or porterhouse, $26.95 on Thursday. 32-ounce crab cake at Michael's on Eastern. Certain weekdays, the steaks are great, enormous. Don't care for that huge crab cake. Way too much crab cake for me, Zoe. Way too much. You see how upsized things are now? 40 ounce, man. I can't eat 40 ounces of a steak. God darn. Much less 2-pound crab cake. Shoo. I didn't know he would trash those people on my stream, and I don't know when to donate to someone in need or if they're dishonest. I don't, you know, Joni, I don't have the answer. I've made so many poor choices on YouTube and things like that you know, tried to help out people, and it blew up in my face. I mean, welcome to the world. Just, you know, you seem to be a good person, so hold your head up high, you know, and feel good about yourself. You have to understand that right now he's like a chicken with its head cut off, running around in the final death throes of you know, desperation, when all income's been cut off, and you're gonna see a shock and awe of maximum controversy, maximum name calling, all that kind of sad and pathetic stuff that a lot of people respond to. It's just the way it is. Building a channel in a positive way is a difficult thing to do, but it always pays off the best in the end. 5-ounce crab cake is perfect, too rich for a large, yeah. No, I don't. I don't. Might try to hog out on it. It's just too much. Get a Korean hot pot or Chinese dan noodle. They serve that large quantity of food. We serve enough to get you full with your lips still smacking. That's the way to have it. That's the way to do it. You don't want to leave there feeling bloated, right? You want to leave there feeling good. And I think that these days it's a race for quantity on the table and bigger price tags, which mirrors the size of like genetically modified chicken breasts that are huge. Everything's just so upsized now. It just loses the delicacy. Yeah, Joni, you're at your core, you're a good person. Hold on to that. Remember that. Okay, I mean that's the only thing you got to know is that you're a decent person and you have heart and you're, um, how can anybody fault you if that's the case? You lead with your heart. I did that myself too. So that's all I can say, Joni. Is you're lucky you find out early instead of late because that person is the biggest user in the history of YouTube. But everything, karma levels everything out in the end, and that's the bottom line. So don't worry. Yeah, just say, just do your thing, enjoy your life. Looks like you have a wonderful place down there in Kentucky, and if you feel like being helpful and being involved, be involved. If you don't, then don't. It's your call at the end of the day. You've built your own channel. You have your own content. But I never tell anybody what they should or should not do on YouTube. A lot of filler or anything. Blue crab, 8 ounces is perfect with them. Yeah. It's going to kill your channel. Nice and kind. Yeah, she's a nice person. I've known of Joni. I've known she's a trans sister, and and I have a little special feeling for her because of that. I think she kind of reciprocates the feeling for me. But I can't tell people what to do. People are going to make their own way in life and make their own decision. You may have a much better outcome than I had. So I think I paid $13.80 for Kung Pao chicken and cold Chinese tea. Well, you're talking about New Zealand dollars. So you multiply that by about zero point 0.6, and you're talking about maybe $8 US for something like that. People are bastards and never get the karma. Still love the Phillips and OC along with the back of the rack 5-cent draft. Phillips, I never thought I used to like to go up to Fenwick Island to the Fenwick Inn, or I would like to go up to I can't remember. There were some other places I much preferred to have crabs compared. I guess because I worked at Phillips like a slave, I never wanted to go even do anything associated with Phillips again. Yeah, I know. I'm hungry, Dave. I'm hungry. Yeah, I just know. My life has been so much happier the last 6 months, having totally disassociated with that person. So, if that means anything, then that's to me that means a lot. I mean, sweet heat chips. My mouth is on fire. It was $10. Oh wow, $10 a few months ago. Okay, are you converting that to U.S. Because I know you're Kiwi, so I'm not quite sure. Last I checked, the Kiwi was you needed like a $1.40, $1.42 to buy a U.S. dollar or something. I have a video from a few years when I made 4,000 crab cakes. 10 grand in ingredient. Took 8 of us an entire day to make. Wow. Woo! Did you deep fry or broil them, chef? Did you pan fry them, or how did you cook them up? I like a good soft crab sandwich. I love that. Oh man, I love a soft crab sandwich. That's like the luxury liner of Maryland seafood is that soft crab sandwich. Woo! I love that. That soft crab sandwich. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, you do the conversion. I just sopped up the scallop juices with some crunchy bread. Man, that sounds good, Betty Boo. No, pan fried each one and finished in the oven. Nice. Please check out my video entitled Beauty Bandages. Okay, sugar cane. I just ate a whole pizza. I'm at a few pounds myself. Y'all going crazy. My daughter makes an awesome crab cake. I do a good crab cake here. I've always done a good crab cake. It's all about the balance and the binders and the prep. All on a 5-foot griddle. Yeah, I don't think I could eat. I can eat about. When Monkey Boy and Mr. Z and I we went to Evil Pie in Vegas, and I think we had about. It was like. I think Monkey Boy had 3 slices. Mr. Z had 2. I had 2, and then we had an extra slice I gave to the guy outside. That was a 20-inch pizza though, but it was very disappointing to me because it was so bland. It was like they used tomato ketchup for the sauce on it and put down cheddar cheese or something. Just not wasn't really to my liking whatsoever on there. So I couldn't eat a whole pizza. As you get older, you can't put that much food away. You used to go crabbing off the wall at Naval Academy, caught bushels with rotten chicken. Yeah, I used to go off of the Howard Street, Hanover Street Bridge, believe it or not, Captain Chesapeake. I would drop those crab traps down about 50 feet from the bridge down to the water, and rats would come out to the shoreline and try to get the chicken out of the cages, and we would just half the time we were pulling up big rats. They were swimming underwater to try to get the food, and we ate those crabs out of there too, and that was all kinds of heavy metals and big industrial. Geez, I just can't even believe it. Just one of those days, young Jumbo lump and claw me for the sweetness, yeah. In Maryland, they call that backfin. That's the backfin is the real good jumbo lump. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Yeah, now you'd pull up a body part exactly. I've seen or heard some of these foods. Yeah, we did all that on that bridge, Zoe. We take those crab traps and drop them down, and the rats would be trying to get in to get the chicken and hanging on the side of the cage. I mean, it was, I'll tell you, it was a tough life. It was a hard scrabble existence. City born and raised. City born and raised. Gross rat stuff, I know. Got scars from those live crabs. Yes, it is what it is, right? You don't know growing up how you don't have anything to compare it to. You're just out there swinging rats in cages like it's a circus act, right? And trucks are slamming, you're getting ash dropped on you and everything, and this water's got like bodies floating down. Nutria, yeah, I think it's pretty good. Guinea pig, they call that gooey down in Bolivia and Peru. That's the big deal down there on that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we used to go out crabbing. I remember one time, it was about 10 or 11. My friends had a boat. We went on that. Man, we brought a whole trash can full of crabs home. They were just going. We must have just dropped right in the spot. We had a big 50-gallon garbage can, just full of crabs, and brought them in. Yeah, if you came up light, just bring a down rat home. That's a drown rat. Back fin body meat. Yeah, they call that the back fin. Between crab bites, lawn darts, and no seatbelts, it's a wonder we survived. Exactly. Exactly. That was a beautiful place down there, Captain Chesapeake. If you were hanging around Annapolis, what a beautiful city. Home of the United States Naval Academy, the only state capital in the United States that's not accessible by rail or airport, right? So come in by boat or by car. No, I never been crabbing around here, Bill, except out at sea when we were pulling in big crab pots and on the like the deadliest catch. Bushel for $5 or $10. Yeah, then they were $30, $50 a bushel for number one jimmies. They call them the big jobs, and God, I wouldn't even want to know what they are now. For a bushel of number one jimmies, number one males. Oh man. Do 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 la da da da. Yeah, the good old days. Do 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 da 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 da. The good old days. Make a crab soup, Rhonda. That's always good. I like to make a good crab soup. Yeah, where a couple was in Cusco, Peru. Yeah, now around 135. Wow, wow, it's big. Yeah, it went from last time ever was like 50, $60 for a bushel. I think a bushel is like 5 dozen or something like that. I could eat it, but they would have to at least cut the head off. Good night, sugar cane. Love you, honey. Just accept a few wobbles. Crab soup is good. I make a really good crab soup if you got that much crab meat, man. That is really good eating. Make a good vegetable base there. Onions, sweat the onions with garlic and celery, and chop up. Even put some potato cube, little potatoes in there, and some good eating, man. Crab soup. Good eating. They can go for $70 a dozen. Man, wow. $70. Wow. I used to wonk out when it was $30 for a dozen crabs. And it got to 36. I mean, man, you're paying $3 for a crab. Wow. They're like, just shut up and eat. I say, oh, okay, that means you're paying, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah, just eat. Shut up and eat. Okay, gimme. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm surprised we haven't had anybody come in with Mondi the Sea Monster. Crab cakes, Dijon, Boursin cheese, mayo, Old Bay, celery, red bell chives, Tony capers, eggs, and breadcrumbs. In Maryland, it's just an egg for binder, a little bit of, some people use a little bit of cornmeal, a bit of Old Bay, and bind it together, put a little bit of mustard in there, a little bit of Old Bay, some Worcestershire sauce, bind her all together and fry it up. Really, really very simple. You want to see that lump of meat hanging out there. That's good stuff. Oysters, Rockefeller. Yeah. I'm I'm glad you're getting away. Everyone needs to change it. It will recharge your batteries. I'm feeling pretty good, Craig. When that smoke cleared, and you can hear my voice now, I'm like a different person. I'm not cleared my throat. That's how bad the smoke was down here. It was wretched. Now my energy level is sky high. I'm feeling great. And I'm excited about being on the road. I'm going to try to be safe. I still know there's the viruses out there lurking around. I'm going to be safe. Everyone needs to have Tony's. I've never heard of Tony's. Yeah, in Maryland we wouldn't use Cajun spicing in there. But everybody, crabs are Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, all down there, Florida, everywhere. I think Maryland crab cakes are kind of known for their simplicity of ingredients. Some these days, though, a lot of people use extenders and crap that. Yeah, I never even heard of Tony's before. I haven't heard of Tony's. I've had Cajun. I've heard of Cajun spicing, but I haven't heard of Tony's before. Tony's is a staple of the South. Well, I'm a Southerner, but we just didn't have Cajun cooking. With celery, and from what I've learned, a lot of Cajun food is made with celery. Yeah, I'm not much on celery. It's not my favorite vegetable. It's nice in soup sometimes. Oh, Scottish said Tony's is amazing. Leave it out. A lot of food. So you like? Well, you're down in Texas, there, Scottish. So you like that. I don't know if I've ever really considered Texas really southern. I mean, it's strange. It's like the way I've never really considered Florida. Most of Florida, I don't really consider a southern state because of the so many Yankees down there and everything. I mean, up in the Panhandle, Tallahassee, all around in there. Yeah, Chieftain, all up in the Panhandle. Yeah, that's real southern. But then you get down to Jacksonville and it gets real northern real fast. Yeah, well, it's been a good day to pack up and everything. So it's been a good day. I did a visit to Tony's factory last year in Opelousas. Some people go to the McElhenny's hot sauce factory down there too. On Avery Island, I use chicken broth when I mix the cornmeal and make hoe cakes if I have time. Hoe cakes. Go over to Hog Island Oyster Company Barbecue. Bill, I've got videos reviewing. I got a video on the Hog Island Oyster Company where Jen and I sat there and opened our oysters right there on the deck. Check it out. Just put Hog Island Oyster Company in the search box and you'll come up with it. Thing I didn't like about Hog Island Oyster Company, you couldn't get they wouldn't shuck the oysters for you, which I thought was a shame because you could have one or two guys that go around and you just pay them $2 and they shuck your dozen oysters or two. They can make some money. So I had to buy a damn shucking knife and have that pain in the ass of trying to do that. So hi Judy. Yeah, I've got my review on there. It was good. I did like a little cinematic feature of the whole Marconi Center down there where the big Pacific Wireless station was. became a cult house and crazy drug wild place and everything. Hello, Rosie and Chaz. So nice to see everyone. Yeah, oh, thank you, Ninth Element. This is my peasant blouse. At this moment, my headlights aren't on, but sometimes they pop on and sometimes they don't. Good to see you. Everybody was asking about you tonight, Ninth Element. It's nice to be fetching instead of kvetching. So we hope that you're okay. Did they say you guys are supposed to get some rain or something? Some rain coming in on the coast? Is that true, or am I imagining things? They were talking about rain or something. I'm nice to ask. I'm doing okay. Leaning into it. There you go. There's one of Rosie's finest. I love that. I'm leaning into it. I'm leaning into it. Woo! That's great. I'm leaning into it. I used to shuck the oysters for lunch for everyone I worked on the skipjack oyster. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I can do it, but it would have been nice. And, you know, I couldn't get cocktail sauce down there, which I love on my oysters. They only had their proprietary sauces, which I didn't particularly go for. I mean, oysters in Maryland are a totally different thing than oysters on the West Coast. You know, oysters are a backbone of Maryland fisheries there, and we're used to. It's a different kind of oyster. It's nothing like the oysters out here on the West Coast. The West Coast ones are small, whereas the ones in Chesapeake Bay tend to be, you know, big size ones and you have to, the law is, or used to be, you had to only take oysters under sail on skipjacks. You couldn't use motorized boats. You could only take them under sail, hence the skipjacks were used. Your headlights are perm on with piercing Rhonda. There you go. I don't think I thought about that. I've had a lot of people say, Rosie, I'll pay for you to get your nips pierced if you want to get anything else, because I love my belly button piercing, but I'm like, I don't think I could stand it would be too agonizing for me. Let's see. Nine said, I had the first to clearest air this evening. It's a shit show. The coast got rain, nothing here. Fire moved to 20 miles away. So, well, at least you're moving in the right direction. Oh, okay. Yeah, they can be very hard to open. You have to find that one pivot point on there. Yeah, I know, Zoe. I know. And when it's cold outside, baby. Exactly. People have offered to get me tattoos right below my waist level, you know, the naughtiest stuff. I'm going to give you $500 if you get that tattooed on there. It's like, really? What am I, your billboard? It felt good. Oh, my Lord. Still the same 3 days a week, Rosie. Totally under sale, yeah. That way they limit the oysters have always struggled for decades in Maryland because of the bay water quality, but they've tried to improve that a lot over the years by limiting runoff, but they have so much development there. But it's interesting. You had to only under a sail could you harvest oysters, so you had to be very good with a skipjack. Yeah, the nips pain is tremendous. It's horrendous. Like I couldn't even imagine. It was bad enough to get my belly button done 5 times, right? I couldn't even imagine the nips. Like a bee sting, a lot of maintenance and healing. Just not my cup of tea. Just not my thing. I like the little stones, you know, the little that you could put in. Some people have them on the side of their nose. Some people get them on their cheek or whatever. I like them. Ad dredges could bring up so much more, yeah. Soothe my nips, Alan Gold. Thanks everyone. We always think about you. Ninth. It just makes me anxious. Good for you. Yeah, limit that. Limit that internet time. That's exactly right. You don't need the. I found the same thing in 2017 with the Great Santa Rosa fire. I started to develop PTSD, and it took me about a year and a half to get over that. My roommate had him. She was in agony for weeks. I couldn't imagine. My friend and I went to Atlanta, and I flashed the truck driver. That's our cyanide cupcake. You gotta get to play button tattoo. No, I don't think so. D-Dub Travels. I don't think I'm gonna get a YouTube play button tattoo. It's just not in the works for me. But that's a good suggestion. That's a good. No, that's not the real D. That's a troll account. But it was funny though. But I don't think I'm gonna get a. I don't think a play button is in my future. Black-hearted, you're back! Yay! There's the black-hearted I love. There it is. She's got the, in my opinion, one of the top 5 avatars on. She's got one of the top 5 avatars on YouTube right there. Right there. I love that one. It's so distinctive. The smoke makes you crazy if you do not put a with essential oils. The smell really makes me go into fight or flight all the time. I did 5 cartilage piercings myself. Is that what they call them? I like the little ones that you put under your. Some girls have it on the top of their chest. What else you did? I was just thankful when they. Yeah, I bet she was thankful when they healed. Seems like it would be so painful. I know. It'd just be like, I've had so many people offer, hey, we'll pay for it, and this tattoo, get this written across there, pay you big money to have that on there, and be out, be proud. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think you got the wrong person. There you go. I covered up the Roy Orbison tattoo on my butt with a YouTube play button. Pretty woman walking down. Pretty woman, pretty woman looking down to me. Oh, mercy. Dermals, yeah. But I'm not into pain. Yeah, the floating stones are called dermals. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Pretty woman. Yeah, you're brave. I need Cupcake to pierce me, then nurse me back to health. I'm not sure, Alan Gold, if you were there, I wouldn't be so eager to put myself in the care of cyanide Cupcake. Okay. You want to get your tongue done again? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just happy with my belly button piercing. The last one finally took a year ago. I was so damn happy. So very happy. Yeah, mine got rejected 5 times. 4 times. You know why? I would fiddle with it all the time. It would get a little crust. I'd pull it off. And then the last time I didn't touch it at all. I just let it go. And it healed well. Oh, Alan, I know how to do Prince Albert's. God. How low can you go? Huh? If that, I don't know what you would have to, they're just not possible. Just not in the realm of possibility. I have a full face tattoo of my face. Oh, that's interesting, Dave. Hi, Jeffrey. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Good to see you. You got some freaky birds in here. I know I don't I, Alan? It makes me look positively pedestrian, doesn't it? Plain Jane, plain Rosie, right? Done for years. I finally got it done right. Prince Alberts are a bloody mess. I can't see the upside of having a Prince Albert, right? I can't see it from the woman's side. I can't see it from the guy's side. I'm sorry. Just not in my wheelhouse. I'm too damn boring. uh, yeah, I know what a bore I am, right, Alan? I mean, just so boring. I came close to getting a tattoo. Came close. Don't know what Prince Albert is by Rosie's face. I don't think I want to know. Let's just say that they're putting like a metal cage around your dick, okay? Just let that sink in. Really just for adornment. It doesn't add pleasure at all. It goes right on your dick. Send you a pic of one of my best friend Ladder. He has. Oh, that's all right, Scottish. Doing well. Good. Me and my dad watched the movie. Oh, okay, good, Jeffrey. We're going to talk about that next Monday. I hope you got some enjoyment out of that. I hope you do. I thought it was I thought it was a good way to off with a bang with two very renowned actors and a very renowned playwright. I thought it would get us off on the right foot there. On the top of the willy, it's with a rod and a needle is in the shape of a hook. And Patricia, if you're still sitting in your seat at this point, if you haven't fainted, if Patricia hasn't fallen out of her seat yet there, God, can you imagine that? Jeez. Yeah, that's it, Dave. I'm going to suggest that you don't Google that. Okay, Google images. I'll just stick with my perky girls. That's it. Right. Yeah, if you say so, Scottish. I'm just gonna rush right out and get one of them. Take your jewelry off before we make love. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna skip the Prince Albert. Just listen to Purple Rain. I think I'll just call people up stores. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? Yes, we do. Oh, we'll let him out. No needles in the captain's first mate. That's exactly right, Captain Chesapeake. Somehow you would think that that would hurt. Like how many men pass out during that. Blackhearted, I can't even imagine what would inspire that. Um, to me, it almost seems like almost self-mutilation at that point. I don't know what the end game is. I don't know if it's psychological. Pain gives an adrenaline rush. Well, there you go. There you go. Natural high. Don't they just go out to the workshop and just put their willy in a vise and just close it up, right? Stay out there for a few hours till they pass out. Chooching sex chat, exactly. Lord Almighty. As they would say down south, my oh my, the conversation did take a turn to the most extraordinary this evening. Natural high. Really? Yeah, right. I didn't even notice. porno bots in the comment section. A lot of YouTube. They'll just try to put in. Um, they'll try to put in timestamps and stuff. So on my channel settings, I just I can set things so none of that stuff shows. They're not allowed to post timestamps or anything like that in there. You get a huge rush when I get piercing. I get a huge rush when my belly button was done. If you keep peeing and other things on that piercing, I know, Patricia, best not to let your mind rest too long on that. What are your plans the next few days? Ninth Element, I'm going on the road. I'm going to LA tomorrow. I'm going to be hanging out with Kev TV and maybe Scotty D, doing some foodie reviews, going around. I'm going to be staying in the Koreatown area down there and doing some chooching and a lot of recorded content, Hollywood Boulevard. And then Sunday I'm going to head up to Vegas because most people will be leaving Vegas on Sunday. And that's when I like to arrive, so I have a better shot at a better stay down there. Yeah, Tahini, you came in an awkward moment. Yeah, other channels are overrun. Well, I consider that YouTube's fault. You know, I've found a way. If anybody puts a timestamp, it's automatically blocked on. It has to be held for approval. It also gets what looks like tartar buildup on wheelies. Woo! Yeah, we're on the road, Ninth Element. We're gonna have a good time. Each kind of then they will drink a glass of their own urine. I never heard of that the 5 years I lived over there. I'm gonna be honest with you. Cyanide Cupcake. 5 years living in the heart of China and almost every province, and I never heard of anybody drinking their own whiz. Speaking of, I've got a whiz. I'll be back in a minute. Pretty woman walking down. Oh boy. That is different from bird's nest. Well, bird's nest soup is good. It's expensive as hell. The problem is you're rarely getting authentic bird's nest soup. It's very delicious. I really like that. But like I say, it's very expensive. It's like $200 for a real tureen of real bird's nest soup. Very expensive. Down the shaft of bend. They take them out. It leaves scar tissue like nubs. It's gross. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know, Cheryl. I'd be careful of that. There's always people that'll come out and say a lot. We've been talking about that for 6 months since Professor Richardson at Harvard University, and right, which is tied to Wuhan lab number 4. That real ginseng is That's what males in China buy a lot of, ginseng. That's supposed to be like a real sex booster, testosterone booster, and all that. Yeah, it's time to vote what drug cupcake is. What's your best guess? I'm gonna say, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna. She'll beat my ass into the ground. No, I can't say that. I can't say that. Yeah, let's vote what drug. Yeah. uh, she's our treasure in the chat, though. She is our treasure. She's wonderful. Jen's in and out. There's a lot of things going on tonight, so good for blood. Ginseng, yeah. I mean, decorating your junk with jewelry is just too much. Langanapa is the gift that gives too much. Exactly. Uh, yeah, I think she's a very intriguing. You know, she's had what I would call a very dynamic life, and yeah, she's lived beyond her years. Yeah, I don't think decorating the junk is going to be. I don't think that's the key to happiness for me. Dangling junk. Bad enough when I had my first belly button piercing and getting down with a gal that also had a belly button piercing, and our piercings got caught. That was fun, right? In middle, up and down, and got caught. Talk about from heaven to hell in a millisecond, right? Prefer the dude not have it. I have a phobia about chipped teeth. Yeah, Cheryl's like, I've been listening to this discussion and I got nothing to add. Did someone send a box of crap? We got butter bean. We got a thing of butter beans and I can't remember what all came in. I don't remember anybody sending a box of shit though. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I do remember the case of butter beans. That was appreciated. I like a good butter bean. Rather tasty when they're prepared the right way. Got to go to the ER to get on. No, just stop. We just froze, and I said, just stay put. Let me just see if I can look down and examine the dynamics of what we got here. That way we can intelligently move in a direction where we can kind of get unhooked here. And that worked out pretty good. Took me a long time to get used to the idea he had all that metal in his willy. Woo! You guys are too much. I'm going to get a Hershey bar. I got to eat these things before they go bad here. I've had them forever. That's Rosie. I'm such a simple simp. I just have a Hershey bar, right? That's what a simpleton I am. Like a game of Twister, exactly. You got to slow down and you got to think about it. What the hell you're doing, you know? It was just putting a stop to any movement. Stop, stop, stop. You're just making it worse. You're killing me. And no, you're moving. Stop. Nice to see you, Cheryl. Cyanide cupcake is just an angel. Just an angel. Sauteed garbanzo beans and turmeric. Lots of other goodies too. That sounds good. Yeah, people laugh at me how simple my tastes are, but still tastes good to me. Good night, Chef. It makes me want to get out my vice grips and power tools. And don't forget your cordless drill too, Chef. I tried a lot, tied a lot for work today. Needed a break. Okay, good to see you, Cheryl. No problem. It's going to be a busy next week for me. I'm not going to be back here until next Wednesday, so I'm going to be gone a week. Everybody's worried about Ninth Element. Good night, Teeny. Yeah, leave it to my girls to spice it on up. Right? You don't think these girls do a little walk on the wild side there? Yeah, me too, Cheryl. Me too. It's gonna be fun. No almonds in my Hershey bar, just a plain regular Hershey bar. Just the way I like it. Recovered bad girl. Yeah, Cupcake is one of a kind. She's a very unique individual. She's very boisterous. She's very engaging. There's nothing shy about her. That pie was good. How you doing, Jay? Good to see you. Thank you. What if the bar was thicker? I don't know. It just seems like the standard thickness for a Hershey bar to me. I don't know. Good to see you, Jay. Let me get some ice water here. On the road. On the road. Do I eat the thicker? I don't know. I grew up on Hershey bars. I like Hershey bars with almonds, but I'm not really like Jen was a big chocolate aficionado. She would have all those, Joey D would send these really fancy chocolates and things, whereas I'm much more of a person that just enjoys just a regular milk chocolate and things like that. Better talking about this than that. Yeah, nice to see you, Jay. Uh, uh, yeah, Jay, I'm going to be hitting the road tomorrow. I'm going to be down in LA, so I hope that you're around. I think you'll enjoy the content. I smell there's burnt ass and it stings my throat. And yeah, there was always that. Took a long time to get that burns, that smoke smell out of the stuff around here. I can tell you that. That really sucked. The bar piercings that go in the shaft of the penis. How many bars depends on length. See what a sheltered life I've lived? What a sheltered life. Yeah, thank you, Jay. It's going to be a good time. Good time. Good time. Is a ninth you leaving? We all think about you all the time, babe. We love you. We loved you. Cyanide is like so worldly compared to me. You know, it's. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that knee brace right now. Let me go grab that. Thank you. Let me go see if I can find that real quick. I'm hopeless, guys. I don't know where in the hell it is. I don't know. It's in one of the drawers there. God, just chaotic. I don't know where in the hell it is. Somewhere in all that. All this sex talk about your special no-no almost had my bath flow. Rhonda, you can't blame me. The girls just ran away down the track. You know, I'm innocent. Yeah, Rhonda felt the tingle she hadn't for decades. Right on. Uh, blame my girls in here tonight. I think it might be in the van. I'm gonna have to double check. I think it was. I thought I had it in my suitcase. I'll have to. It may very well. I might have chucked it into the back of the van there. So. Yeah, man. I made a comment today. You're in high style. Right at the end of your video, you did with all the big executive nameplates on the parking lot up at the franchise there. At the very end, there was like a desk chair over there in the back, like I see when I'm out chooching on the streets, just a random blown out chair sitting sitting over there. Good night, Jen Jen. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I think it's probably in the van. Yeah, I'll figure it out. If not, I've been doing pretty good, but we'll see. Okay, taking the blame. I can handle the, yeah, sweet screams, Jen Jen. I blame sign on cupcake. Blood vessels that make it erector and they don't go through tissue, very shallow. Oh, hi, Ilva, how are you? Hey, Ron, how are you? Chooch through West Hollywood, be fun to watch. We'll definitely be chooching there. But my mandate is also to make sure that I get some recorded content for the O'Kelly channel. And then we'll be doing plenty of streams on the on the Murphy channel. So if I'm going someplace, I'm going to try to get what I need on video first, and then come and do the live stream. So there'll be plenty of. Yeah, I thought it was funny. Yeah, man. At the end, I'm like, damn, there's a chair sitting outside, random. Big boss be pulling up. Why in the hell is a chair sitting out on the side of the building there? And a lot of times men get Prince Albert so the piercing can weigh it down and it appears longer. These guys are crazy. These guys are nuts. Guys are nutty. Yeah, man, do you have a Prince Albert or what? Or maybe Chuck has one? Huh? Yeah, man. I like to be on the road about 5 a.m. Like to beat all the traffic out around LA and everything. Yeah, thank you, Two Balls. Yeah, Cupcake knows way too much. She's way too worldly. Monkey Boy, do you have a Prince Albert? Monkey Boy, like, I am the Prince Albert. Mother. I put my money into making sure my chassis was always lifted, you know? Sounds like a fishing weight. Yes, it does. I used to hang out at a tattoo shop when I worked. Wow. Stimulated, keep semi-stiffy a lot. Interesting. Yeah, thanks for the sex education. Hi, Vicky. I don't dare Google any of them. Yeah, I don't feel the need to. Well, that's what making sure everything stays well lifted. That's it. Okay, Sherry, have a good night, sweetie. Yeah, just watch it on YouTube. I think I'm gonna pass on that. God. Sounds like a pain. I'll go for the bobber. At least it will float up. Yeah. The flotation devices. I'll never forget, we got onto that plane. Jen and I were flying from, I think we were flying out of uh, Clearwater, St. Pete to Houston. And I got on the plane with Jen and was strapping in and getting Jen strapped in. And one of the flight attendants like, man, I know who I'm going to swim towards if we have to ditch at sea. And I said, what does that mean? She's like, honey, you got the biggest flotation. I said, if we go down, I'm going to be hanging on to you. And I'm like, well, as good as you look, that's all right with me, honey. Woo! You watch surgeries? Yeah, I don't watch that. Seems like would get caught in that little hole in the men's underwear. I don't know what will be on the menu in LA. I'm so excited. I'm going to be streaming, hanging out with Kev TV. I want to do some different ethnic foods. That's specifically why I'm staying in this Koreatown area, which is kind of on the western side of LA. I think we'll do some street streaming and drive to some different areas. Maybe check out Compton, Skid Row. I'll be doing some recorded content through there, and if it's deemed safe enough, we'll also, I think, live stream. But I don't want anybody to get hurt. You never laugh so hard, Rhonda. It's crazy, isn't it? These people are like crazy. These girls, they know I'm going to meet Kev TV down there. Probably Scotty D. So I'll be doing some things on my own and be putting up a pretty good agenda of interesting things to do. Yeah, you got to get that Prince Albert thing out of your head, Captain Chesapeake. Ooh, buy a Honda Grom to put around on it. God, does anybody just do anything the old-fashioned way anymore, right? Takes a lot to make me blush, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I have a lot of fun. I don't want to oversell it. It's more a chance for me to get the hell out of here for a while and get a change of scenery. I want to spend some time on Venice Beach. I think it would be fun to bop around there and do some video and see what it's like. Kind of get a little bit of sunshine, kind of be a little bit of a bunny on the beach and have some fun down there. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll have a lot of fun. I might go live for some of it. The big problem is, Cheryl, that the Central Valley is so friggin' boring. Going down, the first part of the trip is in the dark until I get over the Altamont Pass, and then the sun's coming up and I do the slow motion. I've done enough of those sunrise morning vids and stuff, so it's I might stop at Mendota on the way down. That's the town whose water supply got destroyed by agricultural chemicals in the groundwater and all that. Walking in land, I'm going to have my feet lopped off so I can live the motorcycle life. Yeah, I'm very old school. I mean, I just did it the old-fashioned way. Fingers and tongue and a little bit of nibble on the ear, a little bit of, you know. Yeah, you've been around the block. Yeah, sounds freaky. Yeah, I'm keeping it old school. So, if I get over the through the Angeles Forest and I'm dropping down into LA, I'm sure I'm going to hit some traffic on the the Hollywood freeway or whatever. So I might go live at that point. So. So we'll see, Cheryl. Really no reason not to. Semi-retired from the wild side. That's a sign that you'll never be retired, honey. You're coaching now. You're a third base coach. Got my nails done today. There you go, Scottish. I can scratch your back. Or tickle. Now, ladies. Now. These ladies are getting all randy. I'm not going to be a van dweller because the gyms, most of them are closed, and the ones that are open have no shower facilities whatsoever. I don't think that the showers are going to be open for the rest of the year. So I have to pony up for a hotel room. Spa day for next Tuesday. There you go. I got bling and everything. There you go. I only get wild in my imagination. Thank you, Vicky. Always count on the home run. I'm heading for sure. Venice Beach. That's it. I retired at 46 years, Judy, but I'm back at work. I worked a full 8 hours today. Did I get a good hotel deal? It's not like Vegas. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's it's LA, so you got to do what you got to do. I mean, the hostels most of the hostels aren't functioning, and it's just got to do what you do. Yawn and stretch and trick. Yeah, the yawn. Put the arm around. You're always testing, right, Dave? Always kind of testing. Will my arm stay there, or will she take it off and put it back, right? Or the old popcorn thing, right? the old box of popcorn trick. Hey, honey, you want some popcorn? That's not popcorn. Yeah, congratulations to you, Judy. That's wonderful. The old popcorn in the box. My girls are very talented. Yeah, you try to cop a feel. It's all very, it's all very cat and mouse, right? You don't really know, right, Dave? You're just kind of wait until you get the pushback, right? I mean, worst thing, I dated a couple guys one time, and they did like within they're like an octopus. All of a sudden, they're all over. It's like, whoa, man, back off, Jesus. To say that was kind of the way Bobby was at first. Like, just calm, remain calm. Yeah, they might reach in and get buttered popcorn. Exactly, not exactly what they planned for. Yeah, you got to try, Dave. You got to try. But I remember that one. Ooh. And a girl would know exactly what you're doing, and she could gauge whether, okay, do I like this creep enough? Okay, I guess it's all right. And take a look at it. That's all right. You got the weatherman blocked. Yeah, Scottish is an artsy girl, yeah. I knew when I ate that milk chocolate, my voice would go to hell. Pardon me. I think I've actually reached the end of line two. So I'm going to go ahead, give a 5 minute notice here. I'm going to go about 5 more minutes and then close it down. If you have not hit the thumbs up button, please do so. And tomorrow I will see you on the road. I have to always go to my special rest stop. I don't know what it is, like a fly to you know what. I gotta always see what's going on over there. I've got to figure out why people cannot hit the toilet in restrooms. Okay, I had much higher expectations for females, but over the last 10 years, that's been boom. Yeah, I know I'm still blushing. You really put my through my paces tonight, Cupcake. You melted my what little makeup I had on tonight. You melted off tonight. So go to bed. Long day of driving tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna have a try to rest up, get some rest, have a good night. Yeah, it's been a fun night tonight. Thank you guys for your support as usual. I'll see about trying to go. It's going to be a lot of live streams over the next week or so. There's going to be a ton of them. There's going to be recorded content. What I'm going to try to do is find that right balance between what I call YouTube content and, you know, live stream chooching fun content and all that. But not sure you want to hear. I know. Love you, Rhonda. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Captain Chesapeake. What a pleasure to have you into the chat as somebody that can be right down there with the Baltimore stuff, the Maryland stuff. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for being along tonight.